part of the Splatoon 2 community, you know that competitive players come in all shapes and sizes. For a relatively small community, there are so many amazing people to meet and experience the game with. As I've spent more and more time in the competitive side of the Splatoon community, I realise that there are different types of players you see again and again. In this video, I thought it would be fun to talk about 5 types of competitive Splatoon players that I come across. Oh, and just to note, this video is just some fun, so don't take anything I say too seriously. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's start things off with a type of player we all were at one point. When you first join the competitive scene, you admittedly have a lot to learn, but that's fine. This type of player is usually categorised by the lack of in-depth knowledge and subpar team play. They may also not understand much about scrims, weapon comps or tournaments. These players are often found in League, getting to grips with playing as a team, or maybe they're in Discord servers looking for advice. If you run into somebody new to the scene, please help them out if they ask for it. For many people, higher level players can be intimidating, so the least we can do is be welcoming to them. Who knows, in a year or so you may see them at your level, so don't underestimate them. This next player is the polar opposite from the newbie, and they eat, sleep and breathe Splatoon. This person is always found either online or on Discord, talking about something Splatoon related. In their eyes, having fun is a second priority, and their goal is to be the best of the best. You will never see them play a weapon that isn't part of the meta, and don't you try to argue with them over the viability of a weapon you play. These players don't need to be high level, but they all have a drive to play Splatoon as much as possible and make a name for themselves. Whether you like people like this is entirely up to you, but they can be fun to do pickups with and ask for up-to-date opinions on the meta or just the scene as a whole. Just make sure you show your best side with them and leave a good impression. These players are similar to the ultra-competitive player, but are already at that top level. These players could play the Neo Sploosh and still top frag every time. I would say players like these are the easiest to identify, as their very presence is enough for everyone else to shake in fear. These players have a reputation for their ability to make any weapon or comp work, and if they are skilled enough, they can encourage others to pick up an unused weapon and boost it into the meta. These people are the ones you should be looking at for advice, and if you are lucky enough to get one of them to coach you, be sure to make it worthwhile. If you ever run into one of these players in ranked, all I can say is good luck, because they are almost certain to win that very game. This type of player is halfway between competitive and casual. They play the game in a team, but don't take the game too seriously. You will see them do a ton of fun PBs instead of scrims, and they are not very interested in competing in tournaments or improving at a rapid pace. These players are more often than not looked down upon by more competitive players, but there is no shame in treating the game lightheartedly, as competitive isn't for everybody. These teams will often run strange comps and play weapons they enjoy, rather than focus on the meta and what is effective. Despite this, if they ever ask you for advice, please be kind and supportive, as they are part of the community after all. Finally, let's talk about that person that rages at everything. This kind of player is either a blast to play with, or they end up making the voice chat very awkward. When they die, it's never their fault, and when there's lag or some factor out of their control, you may want to turn the volume down on your headset. And don't get me started on these people in ranked. Poor matchmaking and a harsh point system, combined with a short temper, is a rage waiting to happen. If you play on their team, I wish you the best of luck in any tourney, especially as rage makes people play far from their best. That's all for now. What type of player are you? Or do you think I missed anything? Be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching until the end. Please like and subscribe as it really helps me out, and I will see you all next time. Bye!